Monday. We are here with my man, Masked Acorn. If you would, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell everybody a little about yourself.
Okay. My name is Acorn. I'm a variety streamer, variety with quotations because I mostly do Apex, but I've been sprinkling in a bunch of different things like Fortnite, Baldur's Gate. I recently broke my sobriety of League of Legends of 7 years, and I started dipping my toes back into that. Um, but I guess the biggest thing that I'm kind of starting to like tell about is my weight loss journey. I've lost about 140 pounds. Technically, I've lost more than that, but I got into a very unhealthy and like low, and then I kind of went back up. So, but I just kind of to tell everyone it's about 140. I guess I started at like 375 is the first like tracked number that I ever seen,
Yeah,
and then got as low as 190, and now I'm sitting about 235. So,
nice, awesome, man. I'd love to hear that. Love to hear it. All right. So, question:
what's up?
How do you define motivation, or what does motivation mean to you?
So motivation to me, I guess, is just like the pure like grit determination that you would have to get a job done. I typically, I don't know motivation wise, like how to define it, but like for like what motivates me, I don't know. I just have like a very much weird mindset. I have to put things almost like an achievement system, like video games, like the PlayStation trophies or Steam achievements and stuff like that. And so like I will set out a goal and I do not stop until I've achieved that goal. Then I get that fancy little pop-up
Yeah.
sound and it's like you've got the trophy. And I'm like, okay, cool. So like I guess what keeps me going though is like just I don't know. I'm kind of older. I don't know. How old are you if you don't mind me
I'm
asking?
30.
You're 30? Oh, never mind. We Gucci then. So like I don't know. I just got a lot of things I want to do, and I'm not done yet. I every day I kind of wake up and I got bigger dreams, and I'm not gonna quit until I get there. And some of them are fitness related, some of them are content related. Just I got my hands in a lot of bags, and I'm gonna keep going until I can't anymore.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I love to hear. I'm the same way. I feel like motivation to me is never quite fulfilling. Like I always want to be 1% better than the day I was before. Kind of
Yes.
something like that. Or as Kobe likes to say, job's not done.
Yep.
You're never actually 100% done with whatever you want to do. There's always ways to improve, whether it be content, fitness, all that stuff.
I feel that. I recently there's a quote that's been going around. My friend Mason Bacon, he kind of showed it to me, but I've seen it every once in a while. It's like turn one day into day one, and like I'm really about that right now. That's why I've been pushing a lot more with my short form content. And it's like I'm always like, man, I'm gonna get some time to edit it. I'm gonna get all that, and I'm like, no, the time's not. Like I'm just gonna start doing it. Like, and here I am. So I'm a very grindy person. I kind of always am. I don't know why. I think it's the achievement hunter in me from like Fallout and Skyrim and all that, but like that's just kind of how I am.
Yeah, I feel that, man. I feel that. I used to try to 100% everything, so I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
So what was the turning point for you to start your weight loss journey?
Oh boy. Okay, so I've always been a larger kid. Always been a larger kid. I mean, I was always the fat kid, like growing up. Back in like
Hi,
middle
Kate.
school, I think I
What's
was
up,
at like
Esco?
200 pounds probably, and like I just like food. It was like my thing. I was really close to my grandma, and we'd always go out to eat, and just like that's kind of like what we bonded over. She was a great cook. And I remember, speaking of League of Legends, I had recently back in like I think 2014, I had recently built my first computer, and of course I had to go way over the top with it. So it was like one of those 2 foot by 2 foot computer cases with the glass case, and like I had these like I put way too much money in the case and not enough in the actual parts itself, and then so I had my monitors in front of me, and I was on like a severe loss streak on League of Legends back when I was playing that like full time. And I remember like I was sitting in my chair and I was leaning back and I had just slammed like two Red Baron pizzas and some Funyuns or something, some kind of chip. And I remember looking over at 3 o'clock in the morning with work in like another 3 hours and this glass picture next to me, just me shirtless at like 300 plus, probably like all close to 400 pounds. And I just looked at it and I was like, that's not okay. I was living on my own at the time too.
Yeah,
So like I've lived on my own pretty much since I was 16. And I just remember I was like, dude, I control what I'm putting in and out of my body. Like I don't have to look at like this. Like I don't have to slam three pizzas, two pizzas, whatever it is, and like just I can make that change. So sure enough, I like the very next day, I remember at first I did the thing that all people that start weight loss is, well, I gotta clean out the refrigerator, I gotta finish all the stuff first, and then I'll
Yeah.
start buying healthy stuff. But I truly did. After I finished all that, I started what it was like my common sense, or common sense diet is what I called it, where instead of having a whole box of cereal, I'm having some eggs and sausage and stuff like that. And so it just started kind of going down that hole, and then I fell in love with like the YouTube fitness scene, and falling in, not like V shreds where it's like, how do you lose weight in 30 days fast, but like I found like YouTube creators that are like full days of eatings, and I took inspo from them. Like back in the day, I was this guy named Obese to Beast that I was obsessed with, and it's the same exact story that I have, just he did it first. And so he's big guy, went to low weight, showed his full days of eating, and then I just kind of was like, oh, that's so cool, and I just kind of fell down the rabbit hole. And I have a very addictive personality, so once I get addicted to something, I kind of just keep going with it. So that's kind of what it was.
Nice. Now what would you say? So you started with food first before the gym, I'm assuming? Like you changed how you
Oh
ate
yeah,
before you
yeah,
went to the gym?
100%. I've never been an athletic person. I've never been I've never did any sports. The only sport I've ever done was I did like maybe a year and a half of Taekwondo, and then we moved as a child, and so that stopped. And then I just recently, quote unquote, retired from powerlifting, which is what I always make fun of, the sport for people that don't know how to sport, because it's just, you're just getting ready for the regular sports when you're doing the heavy lifting. So,
Uh,
but
so
that's my athletic background.
cool, man. I love to hear. For me, it was the opposite. I started with not really the gym part, but I was more fitness before eating. So
Yeah.
it really started with me. I was around 215, 220 at my heaviest.
Okay.
And I'm shorter. I'm like 5'7". So for me, that's like,
That's all
a
right, man. I'm five
pudgier,
nine. I'm 5'9". I would do anything to be 6 foot.
But like, so for me, it was the job I have, the department I was in. I really didn't do a lot of walking. It was more just sitting at a computer. But then I was eating more than anything. I was
Yeah.
like the garbage disposal of the warehouse. If anybody didn't
That's
want their
that was
leftovers,
my nickname back when I was at the IGA. I was the garbage disposal.
I was like the leftover guy. If anybody didn't want their
Yep.
food.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so once I moved departments pretty much to a more active, more wide variety of departments, I did like at our busiest I was doing 40K steps in a night. So like
Okay.
that like slowly started to like help me lose weight, and then I
Four-
like
40K steps in one night is
yeah.
astronomically high.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought I had a demanding job and I'm pushing like 20. 40K is outrageously
yeah.
high. That's awesome.
That's when we were like busy though, but now that it's like toned
Okay.
down, even for peak season, like yesterday or Saturday, I think I did like 28,000 to 30. I was somewhere in
Okay.
that range, so it's not anything crazy now, but um, so that kind of started mine, and then I started, switching my breakfast to slowly switching my lunch, and then going like that, and then I started going to the gym, and that's when I really started to see the improvement and the
Okay.
weight loss
Nice,
and the
nice.
grind like that to want to lose the weight.
Yeah.
And now I think
That's
for me, it's
awesome.
just trying to keep it off. Like I feel like out of everything, this isn't my first time losing the weight, but
Same.
it's the hardest is to keep it off and wanting to keep going and doing what you're
Yeah.
doing. I feel like is the hardest thing to do.
When I rubber banded, it was back in like my heavy powerlifting phase, and I had a coach that was very much like the typical, I would call it like a football coach, only it was powerlifting coach. He was very much like, you gotta eat big to get big, and the dirty bulk powerlifting mentality. And like I wanted to be on our gym's board more than anything else, where like all the big guys were.
Yeah.
So he had convinced me to, and keep in mind, I was at my low, like when I first started powerlifting, I was like 205. It's when I rubber banded back to a little bit more of a normal weight. And like the 220 class, because powerlifting goes in really weird intervals, like 20-pound intervals. The 220 class was stacked. I was never going to touch those numbers in my life ever. It was like a 700 and something pound squat. The dude, his name is Drew. He's an absolute monster. And it was like a 700-pound squat, like a 750 deadlift, and like a 450-pound bench. And I know now, even if I devoted my entire life's existence to powerlifting, I would never touch those numbers. So I was like, well, maybe I'll do the 240s. And then I had another buddy that started getting into powerlifting, and he was going to take the 240 class. So my coach convinced me to start filling out the 275 class, which, man, 70 pounds back was insane. And
Yeah.
so I babyfied it. So 275 is like the top portion that you could be. of that class. So I sat more around like a 250 class, like 250 range, which is the very entry point, which gave me a huge disadvantage in the class because all these people got 20 pounds on me.
Yeah.
But I was just very unhealthy with it, and so now I'm trickling back down to. I think I'm gonna go to like I want to get back to 205 and then get a consultation for some skin removal surgery because I did lose a lot of weight, so unfortunately I do have some loose skin that I'd like to get taken care of. Um, but yeah, I get it. Like keeping it off and getting it done, it's hard. But this time I'm going with a much better mindset. Like I know my macros, I know how to do all that stuff now. I fell in love with the research as well as the nutrition and all the exercising. I'm trained 6 days a week and I have a better routine now, so I'm seeing a lot more muscle definition than I once did before. And it's not just about going and destroying your body and going back the next day. So.
Yeah. Now, is there anybody that you looked up to throughout your journey for weight loss and like your gym, I guess, techniques and things like that? Like, was there like YouTube people or?
Oh yeah, like it's funny now because I don't think a lot of them actually do fitness that much anymore. So the first one was Obese to Beast. I was super into him. Like I said, we had pretty much the same exact journey. We were pretty much the same exact height, and like I was around the same body weight, and he was a
What up,
huge dude. He
Sin?
kind of got into CrossFit, and once he got into CrossFit, I was like, I don't want to do cardio. Goodbye. So like, but I have nothing respect for that. It's just not my cup of tea. And then there was another one. His name was Danny. Same thing. He got into bodybuilding and started slimming down, and I liked all his content. His content was so good, but he had a lot going on in life. He was a smaller content creator, so like he'd be very scarce with how much he posted. And there's another guy. His name's Brian Turner. Ironically, completely out of left field. I personally am not a vegan, but he is a vegan, and all of his content is bodybuilding and vegan. But he has just such a positive attitude and lifestyle, like that he lived. That it was just infectious, and I loved his content because of how like happy he was and knowledgeable. And I won't lie, I came too infatuated with Brian because he was very shredded, and he was I think when I was watching him, he was trying to go do a bodybuilding show, and he was going to get to 185. And in my brain, I'm like, I have to be 185 if I want to look like Brian. Only Brian is literally 5% body fat about to step on a stage,
Yeah.
and I'm a nerdy kid that just learned how to lose weight. So like two completely polarizing different body types. So those three were my big three that I was watching way back in the day. And now I've got a few people now that I really look to. And I still watch their fitness content, but those were the big three that kind of like I was watching daily pretty much.
Nice, nice. Um, that's awesome. I didn't really do like YouTube and stuff as much. Like I think I've learned more from TikTok recently. Like
Fair,
obviously,
yeah.
obviously, there's a lot of people that are like do this, and then the next person, like literally the next TikTok's like, no, you should do this. So it's kind of like to each their own. But just seeing all the different, I guess, techniques or different combinations of workouts you could do to kind of help build muscle has been helping. Like I've been switching up my workouts every
Nice.
week. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
Not to focus on the same thing every time. That way it'll
Hmm.
shock the muscles, quote
I
unquote.
understand.
Um, but I'm definitely more of a TikTok person than I was for YouTube.
Oh yeah, no, I'm much more into the. I'm gonna be honest. There are two people I watch on YouTube now, and everything else is TikTok.
Yeah.
That's about it. I watch Will Tennyson, very good fitness inspiration, and then I watch Sam Sulek because why would you not want to listen to that man heavy breathe in your ear for 45 minutes a day? So,
And he's so awkward when it comes to talking to women.
and without doxing myself, I have like at any point in chance an option to see this man in the wild. And it's insane to me if I were to go grocery shopping and he would just be in that general vicinity. I'd be like, holy shit. So,
I love watching his like interactions that he tries to have with people. Like he's
yes.
just so awkward with it too.
Yep. He's a good guy, though.
He is. He is. He's like I guess he would consider be the next generation of bodybuilding because.
Yeah. I always make jokes and call him the Bob Ross of bodybuilding.
I follow what is his name? I don't remember what his name is on TikTok, but he's been following the Mr. Olympia stuff, and I see a lot of people actually backed out this year due to
Oh
like
yeah.
I don't remember what his name is though.
Is he kind of just commentate and give you updates on things? He's almost always in a stringer and he's got a Blue Yeti black microphone.
No, but he does. He's actually a bodybuilder as well. I just don't
Okay,
remember what the hell his
I don't
name
know
is
who that
though.
one is.
He's got tattoos. I met him. The first time I saw him, he was testing proteins.
Oh, okay. I might have come across him. Is it Ziggler?
Yeah, that's who it is. Yep,
Okay, I
him.
think I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, I was watching him, and he said a lot of people actually backed out of this year's like Mr. Olympia for like a bunch
Oh
of
wow.
different things. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look into it more, but I don't know why. I don't really follow that stuff just because I think 95% of them just use too much steroids. But
Yeah, it's 100%. I won't lie. The one thing I learned is that if you're ever gonna be on a stage like pro bodybuilding, it's you gotta be okay with the needle, and I'm not okay with the needle. So
facts,
it
facts.
is that I'm gonna do what I can with what I can.
Yeah,
So
exactly. So, staying along our fitness journey here, what kind of foods do you typically eat as like your weekly diet, I guess?
I'm a habit eater. I can eat literally the same foods all the time, have no
Facts,
problems.
hobo, facts.
Chipotle is one of my absolute go-to, like I guess if it
Exactly,
counted as a
Esco,
fast food, that's what I
exactly.
would get. Um, Subway is another really good one, but I eat a lot of the same. I love breakfast foods. I love breakfast. I love eggs. I could eat eggs. There have been days where I've ate eggs pretty much for every meal in like a different variation, like egg sandwiches. You got breakfast tacos, then maybe like a big old scramble with some potatoes and stuff like that. But I've been experimenting with more stuff. Like I for funsies, I do like cooking content on TikTok. I've been a little bit lax in that, but I've got 2 videos ready to rock and roll, and I've got a few already out there. Right now, I have 2 of my meals are like a chicken bacon ranch casserole thing.
Ooh.
6 servings, each is like 500 calories, 50 something grams of protein, and then it's something else that I've been experimenting and finally perfected. Really excited about it, but it's low fat, high protein biscuits and gravy. And when I tell
Ooh.
you it smacks, it smacks. Same thing. I try to keep everything around 500 calories with about 50 grams of protein. So like those 2 meals go with me to work every single day. Um, I like to go back to the basics sometimes, and right now I'm on a sandwich kick. I've peppered turkey and honey barbecue chicken in my refrigerator right now. Some fat-free cheese on some keto bread, and then dinner I kind of leave up for whatever. I usually ironically because I work super early. I'll have dinner or like breakfast is my dinner sometimes, or I'll just do like chicken fried rice or like shrimp fried. I don't know, kind of like whatever I've got left. I do a flexible approach to my macros, so as long as I eat my body weight in protein and I give myself like 25 to 2,800 calories a day, depending on how like if it was a training day, if it was a rest day, yada yada yada. My carbs and fat kind of fluctuate to how I'm feeling that day. So whatever I've got left to do is kind of how I do my dinners. So I eat 4 to 5 times a day, one of which is usually a snack.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah, I'm a big chicken guy. I could literally eat
Yeah.
chicken every single day. Normally for breakfast I'll do like those Kodak protein pancakes. I usually do those.
Oh, those are
Um,
really good.
I do those, but I add cinnamon and honey in the batter, and then
Oh,
and then I throw some peanut butter chips in there too.
that
Top
sounds
with
so.
like
I love peanut butter. I'm a fan of peanut butter for sure.
yeah, and then I'll throw some like no sugar or sugar-free syrup on there, and I'll usually have a cup of coffee, and then I
Uh,
usually do I feel like meal prep for me is literally everybody yells at me. They call me the spaghetti guy at work because I'm literally just bringing any kind of pasta and sauce.
it's
It,
so weird to me. So
it,
many people have been talking about spaghetti in the last like 4 days, and I've been on a huge spaghetti craving because of it.
but like it's just so easy, especially for like meal prep because then like I literally just changed the sauce. So like this week I had
Yep.
Alfredo with ground chicken breast, and I threw some garlic parmesan seasoning in there.
Oh,
And then next week I'll probably do vodka sauce. Like it's just so
that
easy, you
sounds
know
so
what I
good.
mean? It's something to
Yeah.
throw together on a Wednesday night before work.
Yep.
Um, but I
I'm a
do,
sauce guy too. I
yeah,
understand that.
I
I've
love
got to
it.
fluctuate my sauces.
And then I even taught myself how to make chicken curry, so I do that from time to time
Ooh,
on
okay.
jasmine rice. They usually want you to use like heavy cream, but I found this almond milk whipping cream that I use instead to kind of make it a little healthier.
Oh,
It
okay.
comes out so good. Like, but I made it for my dad the one time. He's like, "You made this?" I was like, "Yes." He's like, "When the hell? How?" He's like, "When did you learn how to do this?" I was like,
I've made some crazy things recently where I'm even kind of like, let's go. Like I made a protein piece of pasta. My friend Josh, I think he eats it pretty much every week since I showed him that, and he's actually the one that kind of inspired the chicken bacon ranch one that I've went with, and they smack. Like
"Yeah,
that's a lot of fun. I like to cook though. Like it's always been a thing for that's one reason I was so big is like my grandma taught me how to cook, and from that point forward, I would just make outrageous meals, only very high calorie and very bad for you, and then
yeah."
I'd go play Skyrim for 11 hours and not leave my room. So
Do you have what is you okay? So do you do any kind of cheat meals during the week, or are you strictly like?
So Sunday I usually have a cheat meal. I'm experimenting right now with carb loading, where it's like I sacrifice 50 carbs every day of the week, and then there's on Sunday I'll get the extra like what is it, 300 carbs that I would have that day,
Yeah.
so I can have a little bit more on that one. But I'm not like I mean, I'll crave pizza and everything in a while, but like I crave like Indian food, like Chinese food. But I
Yeah.
have to be careful because I've got a binge mentality. So if I go to a buffet, I'm putting Chinese food down. There's no stopping. Sushi, black pepper chicken, like I've got to take a step back from it. So I try to like just pick like a restaurant and I'll go and I'll order what I want and then I'll bring it back. Like I've been on a huge wing kick recently where I've just been craving wings, like B-dubs, buy one get one boneless wings.
Yeah.
And so I think I'm gonna hit them up on Thursday because that's been heavy on my mind. Like pretty
Yeah.
much anything that's like crunchy and saucy is my go-to cheat meal.
Yeah, Sunday's usually my cheat meal too, because that's the only time I spend with my girlfriend. But she almost always wants to go out to eat, so I try to do like chicken.
Okay.
But then she's like, oh, like whenever we go to Outback, they have the brownie dessert. So she's like, we don't want to spend
Oh.
$20 on the brownie dessert. So I'm like, let me guess, we have to stop at Walmart so I can go home, make brownies, get ice cream, and do all this stuff.
But
So
then you're doing like a little cutesy thing for us.
yeah,
I mean, that's fine. That's fine. It's fine. Saving money, spending more time, doing cutesy
yeah.
stuff.
So like that. I would say that would probably be my cheat meal. Is like just having ice cream like every Sunday is like the only
Ah,
thing. You know what I mean? But
what's
I try to do sugar-free chocolate syrup to make it look better for myself, but it
okay?
doesn't help.
See, I'm a caramel guy. I would mess it up with some caramel. I love caramel and I love peanut butter. Those are my two favorite things. Cheesecake is my absolute weakness
Oh,
when it comes
love
to
it.
desserts. So I have an Insomniac cookies that's in the same town that I usually go get my cheat
I
meal
shut all my
from,
alerts off. I
and
don't
it
know what
takes everything in
happened.
my power to not stop there and get the salted caramel delight every single time. It's just a cookie like the size of my face. That's the
Yep.
best thing in the world.
Yep. Yeah, so she usually wants a Sunday too. So like I'll do the brownie in the bowl, and then I'll do her ice cream, and then I'll do whipped cream, chocolate syrup, caramel syrup, and then a cherry on top. I'm like, here you go. And then there's just me with the brownie and the ice cream.
Oh wow, I love those brownies are good, man.
They are. They are.
Luckily I don't get too bad of a sweet tooth. I'm a salty, like I just love salt and crunch, like chips and crispy chicken and stuff like that. I will every once in a while get a sweet tooth craving, but it's pretty easy for me to nip it in the bud. And when I do have that, it's usually cookies. Cookies are my go-to.
Yeah.
I try not to keep peanut butter in my house because if it's late at night, I'll make those three recipe cookies where it's just a bunch of sugar, a bunch of peanut butter, and an egg, and then so good but dangerous because then it's
Yeah.
like, oh, I gotta eat all these cookies so I don't have them tomorrow, and all of a sudden you've ate 2,000 calories worth of cookies.
Yeah.
So
Right. I the thing I make most with my peanut butter is peanut butter no bakes, but I get no sugar peanut
oh,
butter, and I'll get like Splenda or something, and then I do oats and like whatever else I need to. So I try to make it as healthy as possible, but they come out so good. Like I try to do a
those sound
sugar-free
really good.
chocolate too.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm like I said, I can cook. When it comes to baking, it's like I just forget how to use my hands. Because I want to be a good like low calorie brownie or low calorie cookie or something along those lines, but like I just don't know how to do it. So like I don't know, my brain no work.
Like, do you have a oh, what are they called? My girlfriend got me one for Christmas, and do you have a creamy? Like, do you have one
No,
of
I
those?
want one, but those things are like $200,
I
man.
know. My
They're
girlfriend
like,
my girlfriend got me one for Christmas. She like spoiled me and told me that she got it because I had to trade her one of her Christmas gifts that she told me, but like I feel like I'm gonna use it like twice and then never use it again. But like I want to
ah,
try it just to
see,
make
that's
homemade
that's
ice
another
cream.
thing that I like. I don't have a lot of counter space, and so like the least amount of things that I have to pull out and put back up and pull out, like I just and plus like I agree. I feel like it would be really cool for the first like week or 2 weeks, and then I'm gonna be like, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of blades to clean for this
Facts.
for this ice cream.
And then it's like I
So
could just go and get the ice cream. It might be a lot of sugar, but it's already made. It's already there.
yeah.
All right, so let's transition from your weight loss to your streaming journey. What got you into streaming?
Okay. So, I started off as, believe it or not, like a YouTube creator, but way back in 2013, back with Markiplier, PewDiePie, CinemaToastCan, all them. And I was pretty much just, they're playing it, I need to play it. So I would create playthroughs of like FNAF and like all of what was the Geometry Dash and like,
Yeah.
what did PewDiePie play a lot of in the very beginning?
Was
I
it?
don't know.
Didn't he
So
play Minecraft?
no, I don't think it was Minecraft. It's a spooky game. Amnesia, maybe?
Oh
Yeah, it was
yeah,
Amnesia. So I played a lot of those, and then eventually I trickled into streaming. Um, I never really took streaming like seriously. It would be like one stream every 2 months, and then I just stopped cold turkey completely, and I tried to focus on YouTube. Completely fell out of love with that because I had to move and all sorts of stuff. Anyway, so the coming back into was streaming was Pokemon. I got really big. First ever competitive quote unquote game I've ever really got into. Like I played Call of Duty here and there, but I never like took it seriously. I got into competitive Pokemon for no reason. Just one day I was like, I want to shiny grind and rank grind in Pokemon. So when you're shiny grinding and like competitive like breeding in Pokemon, it takes a lot of time. So I started pulling up streams of like Pokemon streamers and like watching them as they were doing it. And I was like, you know what? Like I could probably do this. I'm sitting here for like 5 hours a day just hatching eggs
yeah.
and doing absolutely nothing. So let me try to start doing that. So I started streaming Pokemon, and then from that point forward, I kind of started becoming what was a variety streamer. I would pick a game and pretty much play that game until it got done, and then went from there. Yet again, life happened, so I had to take another break. And then just recently, like a year ago, I picked it back up, and I really wanted to do it this time. Like I wanted to do it before, but this is the first time that like I guess how do I word it? I would talk about how much I missed it to my group of friends, and I have a friend named Jemry. She also streams, and she pretty much is the one that convinced me to like get back into it because she would stream and I would talk about, man, I missed that, I should do it, and then she's like, you got a great personality, you should start doing it again, and so I just started doing it, and this time I had like a community that was like there, and it just started picking up, and I made a lot of friends, and now it's kind of blossomed into a really dope thing. Like I would my community, it's like it's just the best, man. It's
Yeah.
hard to say. And then like out of nowhere, I'm with Limitless, and like it's like it's happening a lot different this time, man. And I don't know how to explain it. I'm not mad about it at all. It's just I'm really going with the flow, and I'm having the time of my life with it the whole time. I'm meeting a lot of new friends, a lot of people I care about, a lot of people I love, and like it's the bee's knees, man. It is the bee's knees.
That's awesome. Yeah, I feel the same way, you know. I feel like this time around, I've been streaming for about, I think, 5 years now. So I think
Nice.
the transition to not only kick but also doing the respawn recruits kind of gave me that fire, gave me the ambition to kind of find the love for streaming again. And now I just do it, you
Yes.
know. I don't care who's watching, and I'm just vibing no matter what.
Yeah.
Like
And
I
that
feel
and
it's just
that's
fun. You know what I mean? Like it's not you're doing it to have fun. One day, obviously, everybody wants to be full time eventually, but like I don't
I
know. I feel like
think
if you have more fun with it than just taking it as a job, and you know
yes.
what I mean?
And that's the big click that I think happened for me is like don't get me wrong, when I was doing Pokemon I was doing it because I was already playing Pokemon,
Yeah,
but like before, like with the mentality I had, I cared way too much about the numbers, way too much about the analytics. I'm like, oh man, I gotta start playing that game because I know it's gonna get a lot of traction, or like, man, I'm really not having fun with this game, but it does well for me. And now I'm like, now I and some of my friends roast me for it. I shouldn't even say some of my friends. I have like one friend that roasts me for it. Is I care more. Like I have a bunch of wacky stuff on my streams. Like I'm an awful singer. My chat loves karaoke. Oh my god, they love karaoke. I hate it because it gives me anxiety, but I'm happy that they're having a good time. I have a dance camera. I don't know how to dance, man, but I have a dance camera, and I just get up there and I shake my stuff, and I've got a bunch of interactions and stuff that happen on the screen. And like I just like making people's day. I'm doing it so much more for like trying to make people laugh and have a good time, or like and with the community that I've been growing now, I've had even people reach out to me and be like, "Hey man, I just want you to know like you're just such a good dude. Like I appreciate everything you do. Your streams make me happier, and like it makes me happy to make other people happy. And so I don't really care near as much about the games. I don't give a crap about the games. I play Apex Legend, one of the most freaking toxic games that are
facts.
mind numbing in the world. But I care so much more about what my chat's saying than I care about the game. I
Yeah.
care more about like I don't know. One of my buddies, quote unquote, roasts me all the time because he's like, dude, you pause the game too much and you're talking to the chat. I'm like, well, yeah, dude, they're here to like hang out. They're not here to watch the game. Some might be here to watch the game, but I'm not a pro player by any means, so they're not coming to watch these sick gamer pro moves. They're here to ask me how my day is, or me ask them how their day is, and hang out and have a good time. So like, I think that's what makes streaming different and what clicked and why I enjoy doing it so much more now too.
Yeah, definitely hearing that you make someone's day just makes you want to
Yes.
push and do more
Yes. It
for the
really does.
community. Absolutely, I 100% agree. Because I was doing the same thing. I was looking at my like after every stream, I'm immediately going to my analytics, be like, oh, how
Yep.
many people did I average? This, that, this. And now it's just like I end stream, I get a clip, I go hang out in other people's streams. Like it's just more or less just vibing. I'd rather talk to the people coming in chat and have my chat be a safe place for people to escape, even if it's just
Yep.
lurking. You know what I mean? Like, I love lurkers. Hang out. If you just love hearing my voice or hearing me scream at my buddy Chris or hear Keiko he and things like that, just to vibe. It's all more money, more. I don't even know what to say. More power to
More
you.
the merrier.
Yeah, more the
Yeah.
more
There you
merrier,
go.
more power to you. Um, so that's definitely resonated with me a lot more since I came over to Kick. It's like as long as they're happy and I'm happy and we're all vibing,
Yep.
numbers mean nothing. You know what I mean?
That's exactly how I feel. And like, what's cool is like just having a community there to have your back, man. It's insane, and like you being there for them. And I don't get trolls near as much anymore, but if I do get trolls, it's funny because like I sometimes most of the time I don't even gotta say anything. Like my community's just immediately like smack and takes them out before I even get the chance to. I have great mods, I have great friends. I just it's just fun, man. It's just a good time.
Yeah, and honestly, it doesn't matter what game you're playing. Like I'm the same way. Like Apex, literally toxic. You can get into a game
Oh,
solo queue, it's the worst thing ever. But like, I don't care anymore. I go in, I
that's
do
yeah.
challenges, I do snipers only, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever
I
makes it more fun.
I'm gonna be honest. I do not like Valorant. I am not a Valorant player. I am butt cheeks with anything that involves a mouse and keyboard. If
Same.
you can put me in with a roller, I'd probably have a completely different perspective. But like to me with Limitless, we had a night where he was gonna teach me how to play Valorant, and I was gonna teach him how to play Apex. I hate Valorant. I can't stress it enough. But he made that game fun. He was such a good personality, and just having the chance to vibe with him and hang out was so cool. And like I don't know, his community, it's just a good time. Like I agree completely. The games don't matter. I don't really play Fortnite that often, but because a lot of my friends do, I've been even having fun with Fortnite. Like
Yep.
it's I like for example, everyone was like OG Fortnite, OG Fortnite. I'm like yeah, OG. It's so nostalgic. I totally played this once upon a time.
I
So,
remember all of this. I
oh
swear.
yeah, Tilted Towers, man. There's a cheeseburger here somewhere. So like, it's just it is. I don't know. I agree.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I used to play Fortnite a little bit here and there, but like I haven't really touched it since Apex came out because I've been grinding Apex because it's just more fun to me.
Yeah.
But now whenever anybody asks me to play Fortnite, like I'm like, just so you know, I'm using mouse and keyboard and I am ass. Like I'm not using controller. I'm not sweating. I'm using mouse and keyboard, and you're gonna have to deal with it. So good luck. I just don't
No,
care
I
about
get
this
that.
game enough to to sweat.
That's fair. That's fair.
And I will say I am happy they put no build because if there was building, I probably would just never
Yeah,
play
I
that game
would.
again.
I was gonna say I had a forever ago. I tried playing Fortnite. I don't even remember what season it was, but it was before no builds. And my one friend's brother was insanely good at it. And then we played for like ironically back then I was undefeated 7 times champion and I never played it again. So technically until OG Fortnite came back, I was undefeated in Fortnite and I had that cool little title. Now I haven't actually won a match since it came back. So that's beside the point. But he tried to teach me how to build and all his hotkeys. And dude, I no, I can
Nope.
play Minecraft or I can play Call of Duty. I cannot do them together.
100% agree. I hate shooting people and a skyscraper appears out of fucking nowhere. It's the
Yep, they
worst
just
thing
build up,
ever.
just straight up. It's like my buddy Rescos was taught. He said it today in the Discord. He's like, everyone's making fun of how when you get shot at in Fortnite, you just build a gigantic tower, and then he compared it to how like when you get shot at in Apex, everybody's just doing backflips and wall jumps and kick flips and Indy 900s and stuff like that. So it's crazy.
Yeah,
Everybody's got something.
yeah. So, how does it feel being in Limitless?
It's incredible, man. It is. It is. I've never, like I said before, I've never been on like a team. I didn't do sports in high school. The taekwondo that I did for like a year wasn't really a team thing. I mean, I'm part of like the team of my gym for powerlifting, but like it's different to be like with an organization and with people and you need something, you reach out, and like there's so many good talented people at Limitless, man. It's insane. Like, and I won't lie, I feel a little out of place because I'm not a CS:GO person or a Valorant person. But I don't feel out of place, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't play the same games as them, but I still feel like everyone there's so inviting and it's a good time. Like we all just had a Fortnite thing recently, and I think that video is going to drop eventually, pretty soon. It's good, man. It's a bunch of good people there. It's a great organization. Like I love watching the pro Rocket League scene. I don't know anything about CS:GO, so I'll tune in and be like, "Let's go, team!" But then I'm like, I don't know. There's a lot of smokes on the screen. Somebody's getting one headshot somewhere, but it's too much. I do like watching the Rocket League though, but
Yeah.
it's incredible, man. Sin is an absolute like just dude. Me and him actually we talked before like when he started his weight loss journey is when like I reached out to him. I think I was like, hey man, just want you to know I'm super proud of you. It might not seem like much, but I also went through a severe weight loss journey. So if you have any questions or anything like that, let's chat it up. And then like just we became homies since then. And like what an incredible org owner. I have nothing but positive things to say about that man. I have nothing but positive things to say about the whole team actually. So
Yeah, that's definitely one org or the org that I'm trying to join eventually. You
I
know.
lied. I have one thing to say about the team.
Oh
There's this
God.
one guy named Biz.
Oh yeah, he's a
Man, oh
bum.
man, he needs to learn how to reply to my messages. Is the only complaint I have.
You heard
For
it here
someone that wants,
first, Biz.
you heard it here first, Biz. For someone that wants to play Apex all the time, you sure don't reply.
I love that man. He's funny.
He's a great dude. I'm just giving him credit.
I actually played Apex with him during recruits. Him and
Yeah,
Care. We were playing ranked.
I want you to know I knew nothing about the respawn recruits thing, and then I saw that Biz, Sith, and Vixen were all going in on it. So I was like, I'll keep up with this. And for not being involved in a thing, I was so
Yeah.
involved in thing. When you guys had your announcement stuff, I'm like sweating in my seat. I'm like, who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? So like, it just, I don't know. It was cool. It was fun time.
Yeah,
So
my buddy Chris is the same way. He was not involved, but he was always there to be a vouch for a lot of people. So
yep.
he felt the same way you did, brother.
That's I don't know. I want to kind of I don't know. The challenges and like the camaraderie and like I know Kinetic was everywhere on Twitter with it, and I was like, I want to be part of a thing that you guys are doing. So like, is I don't know. It's just that was cool. It was fun to watch. I'm excited for the next one. It was almost like a reality TV series kind
Yeah.
of. Like it was cool. I felt like I was watching Weekly Big Brother on the internet. So.
With 500 people and it withered down every week. Chris said he was more focused on respawn than he was the birth of his own nephew.
Oh no! I mean, hey, it's just a nephew, right? You got important internet stuff to do. It'd be different if it was a daughter or a son. I got you. So
It was a reality TV show, but good. Not wrong, Chris. Not wrong.
yes,
And I think the best thing about recruits too is it's not like most competitions. Like a lot of people are in there to win, but they're not in there to shoot each other down. They're literally everybody's
yes.
in there supporting each other, trying to lift each other up. You know what I
hmm
mean? Like
even when people got knocked out, I saw a lot of support for the people that were still in, or like just for the team and the company and all that stuff too. So it was a lot of fun to watch.
yeah, it was a lot of fun to participate in. When I tell you but like once it was done, I felt lost. Like Kinetic will tell you too. Even Kate just said it. She's like, I don't need recruit. Like it doesn't need to be a contest anymore. But just give me a challenge every week so I can at least do
Yeah,
something. You know what I mean?
I mean, is that something you guys could like cook up? I mean, you're part of it now. Just
Yeah,
have fun
I
making partner
mean,
challenges.
oh yeah, absolutely. We could definitely do random stuff. We have a partners chat and we've been figuring stuff out. But like we even like Tyler, I'm like Tyler, give me a challenge. Like you're the social media manager. You're running
Oh,
respawn.
are you talking about Tyler Bredman?
No, he is a partner though. The other Tyler is
Yeah.
there is another Tyler who is actually the social media manager.
Okay. It's
But
crazy because Tyler Bredman, I went to a micro center for the first time ever, and he happened to be the person that helped me. And so it's crazy to me that like my worlds merged
that's
like
awesome.
within an instant. He was like, yeah, I was like, he's like, what do you need it for? I was like, oh man, it's kind of silly, but I stream on the internet and I need to be able to handle these games. He's like, you stream? I stream. I actually was doing this. Have you heard of the respawn request? I'm like, yeah, I got a bunch of people in Limitless that are in that. He's like, I last year, and it was just like it was a good time. He's a good dude. I've checked in on him sometimes, and like another crazy thing is one of my other buddies, his name's Paula. He just raided into him, and like they had never known each other before he sent that raid into him. So I'm like, why do my worlds keep colliding like this? Like, can y'all just stay out of Ohio for a minute? Hold on now.
Yo, you know what's crazy? There are so many people from Ohio.
Yes,
Like
yes, there are.
95% of recruits, they were like, "Oh, we're from Ohio." I was like, "Why? Why is everybody from
I don't
Ohio?"
choose to be here. It's just the option I have. The cost of living is low, okay?
I mean, I'm not that far from you guys, but like, oh, why everybody's in Ohio? Like
It
everybody.
is how it is. Hey, you know what though? Markiplier is from Ohio, so we've got one thing going from us.
I mean, I guess that's fair. I guess that's fair. Kinetics at Ohio is cheeks. Oof.
She's not wrong. She's not wrong though. I mean, it's 100% true. It smells bad. The weather sucks. Like we have chili spaghetti that's made with chocolate, so that's about the only thing we bring to the table.
Jesus. But yeah, the Tyler that runs the social, his name is Tyler Normington. So, but
Oh,
he's
okay.
the one he's the one I mentioned when I say Tyler is he like he would be the one that give us a challenge, you know. So I'm like, as soon as we finished, me and Kinetic went to Tyler. We're like, yo, give us a challenge. Like we need to get content out, but we just don't know what. Like we're lost right now. Give us a challenge. He's like, nah, you'll figure it out. I was like, God damn it, Tyler.
Wow.
uh,
Yeah, you
so
guys just like little milestones.
yeah, pretty much. Um, So if you had one quote or one, I guess, lyric or something that you feel resonates with you, what would it be?
Mm. Ooh. Like resonates with me, like that would be like my slogan or something,
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah. Like what one quote or one something that keeps you going every day that like sits with you that you use every day to kind of keep you going.
mm. I don't really have like a quote or anything, but I'm a huge nerd. So like I live a lot by like I know it sounds stupid, but like the anime mentality of like Luffy and Naruto and like just the grit and determination that they always have to like get the job done and do what they need to do, like go beyond plus ultra, or like how Yami is always telling the people from the Black Bulls to go beyond or go past their limits. I guess that one probably is just go past your limits, push past your limits. Because I like, and this isn't a freaking. I mean, it can be. It's totally a plug sin. But just be limitless, man. Like that's what it is. Like there's. I am a firm believer in willpower. I mean, I'm not even a firm believer. Like it's an attest to it. Like I mean, I went from almost 400 pounds to 190 pounds. Like that's what I'm saying, Sin. Be limitless, man.
Yes,
Like it's
sir.
there's no reason to not go your all in something that you love. There's not a reason to put if you want something done, go for it until you absolutely can't anymore. And so that's what I've been trying to do. Now I've gotten distracted with life and I'm a very big proponent in taking on way too much at one time. And I'm learning how to pull it back and focus on like three things and knock
Yeah,
those out until they're consistently done and then take on more. But there's no reason that you shouldn't push past your limits and be limitless, man. Because like with the weight loss thing, that was the hugest obstacle I've ever had to overcome. 140 plus pounds is a crazy amount of weight to lose. And as someone that's lost weight, the mentality that you have to constantly grind, and if it goes back up, to not be discouraged and just keep going. So like, yeah, just push past your limits and be limitless. I guess that's probably the best one for me.
hashtag not an ad, hashtag not an ad.
Hashtag not an ad. Hashtag could be an ad. Sin will talk. I don't know.
I love it though, man. I definitely think, when it comes to trying to keep the weight off, it doesn't come down to motivation as much. It comes down to determination. I feel like motivation is always there. It's the determination to actually go and keep doing what you want to do. I feel like is
Yeah.
more. Ken would like to know how long it took to lose that much weight.
Oh, so okay, and this is probably not. This is where we get to confess some things. Um, I lost it way too quick.
Chad, if you have
Way
any
too
other
quick. I
questions, you
lost
can ask
probably
them.
my first 100 pounds in like 8 months, maybe, and then the rest of it in like another 8 months, maybe even a little bit faster than that, because I was just addicted to watching the scale go down. Like I said, when I got below 200 for the first time ever in my life, I was so ecstatic. that I was doing anything I could to continue to get down. Like I developed a really toxic relationship with the scale and eating and stuff like that, where like I would weigh myself every single day, which I still do, but that's because I just like numbers and I like to. I don't. I weigh myself every day, but I only track what I weigh on my day off for the week, because that's when I know I'm the most well rested. That's when I've gotten the most water, the most like I'm completely depleted of food, and so on and so on. But like I like to make sure that I'm not doing anything crazy or cutting anything. But like it probably took me like 14 months maybe for the whole weight loss. Um, but like I said, like healthily, I don't know. The way I try to view it now is I try to lose 1% of my body weight per week in a cut now. So like I'm 235 pounds. So next week I'm hoping to lose 2.3 pounds and then continue and continue and continue.
Nice. Yeah, I would say that was really fast. 8 months to lose that much weight. I feel like
Yeah.
I try to stay off the scale. I'll probably do it like once every 2 days, but I use that app Sin told me about. I think it's like Life 360 or something like that. Where you like scanned your body. So I've been using that a lot more than I have my weight. So that way it tells you your
Okay.
body fat percentage and things like that, and it tells you how big your. Let me see what it's called. Sin, what's it called? I don't know if I have it downloaded.
Yeah, Sin,
Oh,
what's it called? I actually need that like ASAP
it's called
because
Me 360.
me 360. I'm gonna type that down real quick.
And like you set it at like hip level, and you stand and you hold your arms out for the first scan, and then your hands to the side, and it'll tell you like how big your biceps are, like how big every part of your body is, and like body fat percentage and stuff like that. And then I would do that every month on the same day and compare them,
Okay.
because then it tells you the difference of how much you lost and whatnot.
That's super cool. I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to check that out because like I'm not saying rubber banding as much, but I'm experimenting, I guess is the best way to put it. Like I'm trying different like I told you, I started carb cycling to see
yeah,
how that's gonna work with a cheat meal, and we'll see how that flows. And I'm gonna do that for 3 weeks. If I like it, I'll continue, and if I don't like it, then I'll go back to doing something else. So I'm also a big proprietor of like the flexible eating. So as long as it's in your macros and you've eaten your amount of protein that you need to eat in that day, then you can have pretty much whatever you want. I personally like to eat lower calorie foods because I like to eat more. Like I like
yeah,
volume. I just love food. So like I have regular rice, but I've been opting in for cauliflower rice more just because it's more volume and I can have more of everything else. So
yeah. Yeah, I've been using it a lot lately, and it seems to be helping me a lot more than just looking at the scale. Because the scale can stay the same, but your body will change.
yeah, I completely understand. I took for the first time ever, like I've been really focusing on my back because I've always been like so big silly goofy confession here. When I first started working out, I never actually went to a gym for the first like year of it. I was working out in my 1956 trailer that was tilted at like 5 degrees, and for some reason, I didn't think about turning the like workout machine that I was using against the tilt. So I was working at an angle for like a whole year. So the like vertically down my body, one side was so much more toned than the other side from fighting the resistance.
Yeah.
And my lats were completely uneven. Like one shoulder was more developed and the other one lat was not. It was just looked weird. So this is the first time that I've actually developed like a back because I'm trying to train it. Like I train it twice a week. I have a thickness and a width day. Um, and like until I actually started looking at old pictures and new pictures, like months different, I was like, "Holy crap, man! I'm starting to get a little bit of little baby wings on me somewhere." So like, it's pretty gnarly. It's pictures. Pictures, I think, say a lot more than the scale ever will, because I've been
Facts.
floating around the same 10 pounds of body weight probably for the last like 4 months, but I look like literally I was just looking at when you asked me for a picture, I was like going through all my like my little pictures that I've saved or favorited. I'm like, oh man, and I was looking, I was like, why do I look so why am I starting to get a jawline? This makes no sense. Like it just like it's so I don't know. Like pictures say a lot more than the scale ever can, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Uh,
I think I even told Sin that. I think Sin and I sat down and had a conversation one time when he was like, "Man, I feel like I'm not really seeing a difference." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Look here, look there." And I'm like circling things and sending it back to him.
yep. And that he brought the same thing up too. He's like, that's why he said he doesn't use the scale as much anymore, and he uses
Yep.
that app just because he knows that pictures mean a lot more too. So, all right, Kate would like to know what your favorite part of his stream is: equipment, decor, anything like that. Like, what is your favorite part of your stream?
Like
I'm not really sure what she means, but I'm guessing
Like
like what is your favorite item, or like what do you have on stream that is
I'm
your favorite thing to do? How about that?
Oh, if there's a favorite, I'm not gonna lie. I love playing games, but I have so much fun with the just chatting section of my stream, and I have so many. What's the reason? Like zoom in, zoom outs. I have two different cameras. I would like to eventually get three, but my room is not big enough for that. I have like my nice
Hiya,
camera that
Tiff.
I'm talking to you on right now, and then I have my like little C920 that I eventually want to upgrade because it's booty cheeks. But I constantly switch back between all of the different cameras, and I just like talking, man. As you can tell, I've rambled for so long on just various different topics.
It's all
So
good.
I would say my dance camera. Also, this is gonna sound really stupid. The cheapest thing I've ever bought on Amazon was the $7 thing for my microphone, and I get clowned on it all the time. But I can detach my microphone and like hold it in my hands, and now like I walk around the whole room with it. And that's probably another. I don't know. I just like being mobile and silly and goofy. So the dance camera mixed with the detachable microphone is a huge game changer for me.
Nice. Love
Um,
it.
Other than that, I also I guess my Stream Deck. I'm trying to get to the point where I can control everything in this room with my Stream Deck, and unfortunately, my Elgato key light is giving me the fits. So that's why I'm very forehead reflector today, but that's fine.
Yeah, when I was on Twitch, I used to use a thing called the Orin board. So it would basically do like I have a channel point reward, and someone would do it, and it'd be disco disco. And when they would do it, it would play like a disco sound, but then the whole screen would go like different rainbow colors. So that
Oh,
way
that's
the
so
song would
cool.
play, and then everything would change. And like everybody would normally do it while I'm playing a fight or if like fighting an Apex, so I can't hear anything regardless.
Oh
Uh,
no! Oh, that's hilarious.
but then
Yeah,
the
I get that because my dance when somebody activates dance party, it's something very similar. I have a bunch of like just memes that pop up, and then I have like a variation that's like an EDM of Old Town Road, and it's unfortunately I haven't mastered the ever since I got the wavelink, I haven't mastered the audio controls for what I hear compared to what the chat hears.
yeah.
So meanwhile, they're hearing like an average like "Ain't nobody tell me," but I'm hearing like. "Oh, and I'm like just stressing out the whole time while I'm trying to shoot. And of course, there's things happening on the screen, so then I have to stand up and kick my chair out of the way and
Yeah.
dance around. It's a good time, man. It's a good time, and they love doing it. Almost any time that there's a new person, within seconds somebody's activating dance cam. Like they gotta learn them right. They gotta learn them right.
Yeah, and it's like, and then whenever I'm not, like, I usually play Pathfinder, and he has the dance moves. Whenever I'm not in a fight and
Oh
someone does it,
yeah.
I'll usually just stop mid whatever I'm doing, and I'll have him do his little dance while the disco thing's going on.
Oh,
Everybody
I love
loves
that.
that too. And then I also had command set up for like VIPs and mods. So whenever they'd come in, they just type exclamation like, let's say it was Chris, it'd be exclamation Chris. He'd come in, and since he's from Scotland, it would just be bagpipes playing while he
Oh, I
came
love
in.
that.
But it would be so loud that again I couldn't hear anything.
Yep.
And then my one buddy, he did the Stone Cold Austin intro.
Oh, that's so dope.
So like,
Okay.
but I tried to turn the audio down on that as low as I could. Still didn't help. So he would come in and do it while I'm like doing something, and it'd go, and you just hear the glass shatter, and I'm like, oh my god, what the hell just happened?
It's so crazy too because if I play like a spooky game at all, everything's so loud that like somebody will come in and play a fart reverb sound that I have of is available, and I'll jump like 6 feet in the air from a kind of sound. Oh
uh, I love it. I love when you can have chat interact with things. It's the best thing.
yeah.
Where's my mouse? My mouse isn't working. Tiff said, where'd it go? What is your favorite decor piece in your stream room?
Um, I don't have many decor pieces in my stream room because it's not big enough.
Oh, okay.
I have a lot of stuff outside of this room. I would say that um, I have a couple different mugs from different streamers. Um, I really like my little editing setup area that I have behind me. That's for my laptop that I do all my edits on there. I have recently gotten a mini refrigerator. It's I don't even play Fortnite that much, but it's like a four. Yes, I'm a huge mug collector, but it's like a 4 can Fortnite refrigerator, and it's just got the derpy banana skin look on it, and I love that. It's the newest thing I got, so I'm very biased on that one because I got it literally yesterday. I have like this because my name's Acorn, so I have this little wicker like acorn that I have on top of my
Hey.
thing. So that's kind of probably the most decor I have. I need to get more. Like I said, it's just not a very large room. My desk takes up like the majority of it.
Yeah, I feel that. That was how my old room was, but now I have a whole basement to decorate. So now I got a lot of stuff to put everywhere.
Nice.
Chris also loves mugs, so that's why he yelled mugs and
Oh,
then
let's
said I love
go.
you. He loves mugs. I think he has like 500 close
Dang,
to.
I don't have that many. I've got a lot, but I don't have that many. I have some in rotation right now. I have a streamer friend. Her name's Flex and Flora, and I've got a couple of her merch mugs. So I've got like one right on top of my computer of her making her eek face. That's the only, so.
Yeah, I recently just did a merch store and everybody loved my like naughty titan emote. It's like me and my Sully onesie biting my lip, so they wanted that. Chris
Oh,
wanted that on a mug, so now he's gonna order that, so he'll have that
oh,
mug.
that's great. I love that.
Chat, do you guys have any other questions, or Acorn, do you have any questions for me that you would like to ask?
Um, what keeps you going, man? What you didn't answer that one. So like, what's your determinant for motivation and stuff like that?
Well, like I said, for at least for working out and like fitness and stuff, is just trying to do better than the day before, or at least
That's
just
fair.
trying to always better myself, or whether it be form, whether it be having the form and just getting the weight up. I've been big on recently. I had a buddy start coming to the gym with me, and it's so hard because he's skinnier trying to get bigger. So it's like the
Mm,
reverse of what I was doing. So now, you know what I
yeah.
mean? So it's kind of hard to tell him how to do like certain things. Like I can tell him how to do the workouts, but like bulking up and stuff, I'm like, you're gonna have to look internet
Yep.
wise. I'm like, you're gonna have to eat a lot of protein, carbs, things like that. Like you have to do the opposite of what I'm doing. Like you have to eat more, you have to do all these other things. But I think just having people ask me questions and rely on me, especially when it comes to the fitness kind of stuff, is what keeps me going. Is knowing that
I
I
feel
have
that.
like a couple people, because he's not the first one that's actually asked me questions or has wanted to come to the gym with me to help get better. So just doing that and having that is my motivation to go to the gym every day.
Oh yeah.
Um, for streaming, I guess it's just coming back to the community and coming back to the thing that has kept me going pretty much my whole life. Like gaming has always been my escape from everything.
Okay.
Now I use it now the gym. I kind of have two. It's the gym and gaming. Um, but now I think it's just having like-minded people to game with now to kind of just fade away from everything. You just hop in, Kate, whether it be Kate, Ken, Chris, or just Kate or Ken, and
Hmm.
like I have just so many people since Respawn Recruit that I just game with now on the
I was gonna say
daily.
that's so good for like networking too. That was another thing that seemed like it was really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. That's like it's literally just it's not even a competition. It's a big network. Essentially, is
Yeah.
what it's trying to
It's just
be.
it seems like it's just a bunch of friends coming together and hanging out and trying to win the challenge is really all it is.
Yeah. And I think I liked it this year the most because they forced us to collab. Not like forced us, but they were like, please collab,
Heavy.
collab with
Yeah.
people. Like they literally had two challenges back to back where it was like, this week we want you to collab with as many people as possible. I was like, I bet. I collabed with like 10 people. Kinetic collabed with like 30. You know what I
God
mean?
dang, Kinetic.
Yeah, she did a lot of stuff and things. She did a lot. And then like literally the next week they put us in a group with four other people and they were like collab again, and I was like, okay. So that's when it was like me, Kate, Culp, Zeldin, and Laddie. We remade the Breakfast Club dance scene.
Oh,
We
that's awesome.
so we did that, like and then we did a couple other things, not just gaming wise. We tried to do like content creation. You know what I mean? Like it was literally we did that. We did like a mental health video, and then we did like
Oh,
a
that's cool.
clothes changing video. But then we played Pummel Party and just yelled at each other and had a chaotic time playing that. So I was like,
I think I've seen a couple clips of you guys playing that
Pummel
on.
Party is so fun. If
Yeah.
you have not played it, you need to get people and you need to play it.
Okay. We have golf. We well, I shouldn't say we because we do now because we haven't done it forever. But when I've met a new group of friends. It's been growing ever so greatly, and it's awesome. And one of the first games we started playing was golf with friends because you can have so many people that play it, and to put like all those people in there and just try to play mini golf. It's believe it or not a really good time.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend that one too.
And that's on Game Pass too, right? That's like on.
I think so. I got it from a secondhand website for like $3. So I think it's like 10 or 15 on Steam, but my buddy DJ was like, "Hey, just use this link real quick and buy it for like 2." It was legit. It was legit. It's just like It was a good time.
Yeah. But yeah, I highly recommend Pummel Party. It is a blast. It's like Mario Kart or Mario Party, but worse. Like
Okay.
there's you,
Oh, I love Mario Party.
yeah, it's Mario Party, but worse. Like you literally, you could punch each other, you can kill each other to make them lose coins, like
Oh, that's
things like
cool.
that. But then there's mini games, but there's also like downloadable mini games. So like we play Crash Bandicoot, you could play Squid Games, like you could do all this other stuff besides the
Oh,
mini games that are
wow.
in there.
Okay.
Like it's a whole thing. It's so fun, and you can play up to 8 people, which is cool.
Yeah,
Violent curse Mario Party on crack. You're not that. That's the best way to put it. That's what Pummel Party is.
I love it.
Have you played Party Animals? Party Animals is fun.
No, I got it, and like I
Oh,
was supposed to because I want to start doing a community night, but like it's I yet again I am taking on too much more than I can, and I've got to be consistent with what I did. But I will start doing a community night, and that was one of the games because I want to do like Fall Guys. We tried it one time and it was so much fun, but we had an Apex custom night that was
yeah.
phenomenal. And I want to do that again, as well as like Fortnite, Party Animals. Um, I might have already said Fall Guys. There was one more too, but it was just a bunch of those different types of games and stuff like that. Probably gonna have freaking League of Legends custom nights, even though I was sober from that game for 7 years.
Yeah, Party Animals is a lot of fun. Like you literally just go in and just beat the shit out of each other. like,
Oh, I love it.
like
That sounds so much fun.
there's times I don't even play the mini game. I'll just pick someone to target and I'll just pick them up and hold them the whole game, and I'll just hold them in midfield as they're shaking trying to get away.
Oh, there's
It's
another one that's supposed to be like I guess like a two-player game where you're reliant on your teammate. And I think you're penguins or something like that. I can't remember what it is.
I know
It
there's a It Takes Two, which is like a
maybe that was it.
mother and father trying to like restore their marriage, and that's kind of fun.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's fun. Bread and Frez, is that Bread and Fred? Is that the game?
I think that might be it. I think that might be it. I think you're two penguins and it's like a platformer game and you're really reliant on your teammate because I think you get to move and they get to move and you get to move and it goes back and forth.
Uh, okay. Kinetic yelled it, so I'm assuming she probably played it or
Oh,
knows of it because she
nice.
yelled.
Let's go kinetic.
um, yeah. If do you have any other questions or chat? Do you guys have any other questions? Because I do not have any other questions for you, sir. This was fun. I had an absolute blast, by the way.
It was a lot of fun, man. We're gonna have to run some Apex games
Oh,
sometimes too.
absolutely. I'm 100% down.
I think it'd be a stellar little time. I've got one more day worth of the 3 strikes, and then I'm probably gonna go back to the old rank grind and be mad that I placed in rookie when I was masters last season. But that's fine. I had really good games the whole preliminary matches, even won one. But I guess I'm rookie 4, so it's fine. Everyone else that I play with got at least bronze 3, but
I haven't touched Apex in a month, maybe 2.
I respect that. Don't do it. Also, don't touch Apex. Don't touch League of Legends. Stay away. Put your wallet in a safe. Don't worry about it.
I think I think I keep logging on to Apex to see if my cross progression thing popped up, just so I can get my stuff
Ah,
from Xbox, because I have like all
fair.
my heirlooms on there. But other than that, I haven't played it. Like I literally just log on to see if I get the pop up.
I love that. Luckily I only ever played on my PC, so I don't have to stress about that because I've heard some horror stories about it too.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's nothing bad. I literally have like 6 heirlooms on my Xbox.
I respect it.
Tiff wants me to ask where you placed in Apex.
Will you tell Tiff? Will you tell Tiff that I said to mind her own business, please? Because she knows where I placed in Apex. She was there.
Tiff, he said it's your fault.
Never said it was Tiff's fault. I'm just saying if she wasn't trying to play and be a pro player, then she could help me out.
Resco wants to know when you're putting him in his backpack, or when you're
Says,
yeah, when you're putting your yeah.
Says the man that got 19 kills in a gun run games. So I'm sorry, but he's gonna be carrying me to victory. What's he talking about?
I have no clue how you did that. I wasn't even playing with him. I don't know, Tiff. I don't know. That's not what I'm hearing. Oh man. Love y'all in here. Super no sound at the moment. Well, we love you anyway.
Oh no! Is that the one and only Super Cats?
It is.
We love some Super.
We do. All right, chat. Well, if you guys do not have any other questions, that is going to do it for episode 11. You can go follow him. Oh, wrong way. Follow him on everything if you want to social. You're all stuff and things now. Tell everybody where to follow you
Yeah.
and all that stuff and
So
things.
I am the Masked Acorn on literally everything. I finally switched that all over. It's about time. I had a weird, awkward moment where I was a couple different handles on a couple different things, but I am just the Masked Acorn on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, which I'm trying to figure out with the shorts. And Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter are the biggest three that you're gonna find me. I'm posting more on TikTok as well. But that's about it. Just look up the Masked Acorn, find the weird doofy guy that's probably yelling about something, really loudly and obnoxiously, and then that's gonna be me. That's the guy. Or eating food and lifting weights, because that's about all I do. I eat food, I lift weights, and I play games and try to make people's day. So
GG, fellas. Appreciate you, Sin. We did this
I
because of
appreciate you, boss man.
This is
That's
you.
facts. That is you. You are the one.
Yes, absolutely. You put this together. This is on you, brother.
Sin's a great guy.
I love him.
10 out of 10. I'm going to hug him the next time I see him. And by the next time, I mean the first time, because I still haven't seen him.
All right, chat. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. Yeah. Have a good day.
Thanks, man.